Hello YouTube, Jeff Steele here with SteelNavigator. Today's video topic is on how to fix a patchy beard by trimming your beard. There are a lot of popular thoughts out there as far as if you're going to have a beard, if it's patchy, to let it grow. Now I will agree that it does take some hair follicles longer to grow in. It might take a month, 2 months maybe for some hairs to sprout through the skin. I do agree there. However, outside of that, I would say that the other theory is that if you have patches, genuine patches that never fill in, that strategy entails growing the hair long enough to cover the patch. And I would argue that if you're going to have a long beard, that might be a strategy. Most of us that have had a long beard understand that it will eventually get on your nerves and you will eventually trim it down short and or shave it off. It's absolutely fact. The majority of people out there do not find long beards attractive. They just don't. The longer they get, usually the more unkept and mangy they look, despite how great your beard growing genetics are. So, the majority of people will sport a shorter beard. If you have patches, you need to embrace those patches. You want to do all you can, of course, to combat, but genetics will prevail in the end. Most human beings have patches. I have patches. They don't grow in right here. For me, I have a few patches on my right side. The trick is this. Think of your beard as you would your lawn. How often do you have your grass mowed on your lawn? Most people during the summertime, when it's growing, they have the grass mowed every single week. Usually, when you let it grow outside of a week, it starts getting mangy, starts looking bad. Regardless if you have dead spots in your lawn, the more well-kept, manicured you keep it, the better it's going to look, even if you have dead spots. Simple as that. Treat your beard trimming as you treat your lawn mowing. Me personally, I trim my beard twice a week religiously on Wednesdays and Sundays. When you keep the given hair at the same length, it will give the illusion that everything is even and it will make it appear thicker than it really is. After you reach, say, 2 months of overall growth where you haven't shaved the area, 98-99% of your hair follicles will have sprouted through. I will argue that you need to first start off trimming your beard at least once a week. Try to do 2 days a week if you can. Once you reach the 2-month limit, then start going to 2 trims a week. This is going to make all the difference on keeping your beard in check. The hair is the same length, giving the illusion that it is thicker. Now, I have my setting at 3 millimeters. I do keep my sideburns a little bit longer. That also will cause the rest of the beard to look a little darker than it really is. Another trick. But every Wednesday, I'd say every Wednesday and Saturday, not Sunday, I trim. I also make sure that you go in the same direction when you are trimming. So if you go against the grain on your chin, go against the grain in all areas of your beard. That will ensure that all of it stays the exact same length. So the exact setting, the exact direction of the grain, whether you're going with the grain, against, or from the side. Do the same for the entirety of your beard. That will keep everything looking symmetrical and even. Now, if you want to get a little more creative, say you have a weaker chin and you want to give the illusion that you have a stronger jawline, in that situation, you're going to get into some trickier trims where you're going to have a longer length here, and then you're going to have to really learn to taper up into the cheek area if you're going to do that. But in this video, I'm trimming everything the same length. So I'm also going to do a beard trim this video. Buy a quality beard trimmer, number one. They say that Brio trimmer with the ceramic blades, it's a very precise cut. I've never used it. My issue with the Brio is this. The head is extremely wide. And that's okay when you're operating in the cheek area, but when you start getting around the nose, mouth, chin area, it can be a little bit of a pain, especially the upper lip. So I have this Panasonic trimmer. I'm not sponsored by them at all, by the way, but it has a very narrow top, which I find is excellent. Could they always improve blades? I'm sure they can if they were to maybe have ceramic blades instead. I think this is just stainless steel. But you'll see me go over several passes. It's not a perfect trimmer, so you'll have to make a few passes, but what you will find, everything will look even. It will give the illusion that it is thicker than it really is. I do have another older trimmer, which I use to get right here over the lip line, which seems to do a little bit better job without a guard in that area. Before I move forward with the trim, let me say, tap the thumbs up icon, subscribe if you would. I will add in a Cash App and PayPal in the description if you'd like to support the channel. Comment down below. Let's start a conversation. How do you fix your patchy beard? Do you use this strategy where you trim regularly, keep it perfectly maintained, clean cut? Is that what you do? What other tricks do you have? So let's go ahead and get started with the trim. Got setting on 3mm. Blades are oiled up. Charged up. I'm going against the grain in all areas of my beard, all on 3mm. I do have a stronger jawline. If I had a weaker jawline, I would most definitely grow out the chin jawline area longer. It's amazing how fast my beard grows. As I said earlier, I just trimmed it on Wednesday. It's probably out to 6mm. Cutting it back to 3, that's my length I go with. I've absolutely noticed the more sunlight I get, just like a plant, just like my grass, the more my beard grows, the more my nails grow. Do you experience this as well? Comment down below. As I mentioned before, go in the same direction all across your beard. If you're trimming against the grain on your chin, trim against the grain in all areas of your beard. The grain in my beard grows in so many different directions, so just pay attention. It'll make a world difference in the appearance of your beard. I find beard trimming, it's very satisfying, kind of like going to the barber shop. Another thing I like about this particular trimmer is that there's not 10 attachments. It's just one attachment, one area to adjust the length. For example, the Brio, it has several attachments. A lot of things to keep track of. Not so simple. It'd be nice if they made a similar version of this with maybe the same blade and battery technology, but in a package such as this. So if Panasonic or Brio is listening, there's an idea. Make some money. Another note, you can really define your cheek line. So I have a few stragglers that grow up all the way up to my eye. I keep my beard line about here. So I could make it look even thicker if I brought it down to say here. This is a personal preference, how I keep a few stragglers above that line. Now, I do keep a well-defined neckline, personally. But just experiment with what works for you. See what you like best. But as a general rule, they say not to go over 1 or 2 fingers above the Adam's apple. I'm at about 2. That's what I prefer. But just see what you prefer, what looks best on you. We're all different. We all have our preferences. Something else of note, you want to make sure you keep the same angle with your trimmer. So for example, if you're going to an angle such as this, you want to use that same angle on your whole face. If you're using an angle like this, you want to use that angle on your whole face. Consistency is key to keeping the same length of cut across all areas of your face. The more consistent, the more clean the cut across the line, the thicker and less patchy your beard is going to look. Now I'm making several passes here. Depending on your time, how much of a hurry you're in, you may only make one pass. I just absolutely don't want to miss one hair. Now I'm going to trim the lip line and right under my nose with this other trimmer, wall trimmer. So just got a little shorter under the nose with that and lip line. So this is taken from about a 6mm down to 3mm across the board. Do this approximately every 3 days. If you do this, it will keep your beard in check, especially if you have a patchy beard. This will help you fix the patchy beard, especially from an illusion standpoint. So again, subscribe, tap the thumbs up icon, comment down below. If you'd like to support the channel, you can Cash App or PayPal down below. Thank you for watching.